It's now 7:05. Call this committee meeting to order. And the purpose of this meeting is to discuss the prayer resolution. And we have a prayer resolution in our packet tonight. And the resolution, as I pointed out, is not law. It's a procedure we would follow. I did contact Representative Martin Ann Rule and ask if the House and Senate of Ohio can do this. And she said back, and she had an attorney, actually, it's an attorney from the Ohio Legislative Service Commission who was studying on this, Emily Wyndham. And Emily said that she did a lot of research on this. And the House passed resolutions back in 1846, and the Senate passed in 1844, and ever since that time, they've been passing resolutions on prayer before council. And they then have a policy from there. It's non-denominational, non-sectarian, non-proselytizing, and so they have a procedure that they feel meets the rules of the Ohio Constitution and the U.S. Constitution. I believe that the resolution before you this evening meets that. And if you'll notice in the agenda, we do not have prayer tonight during the meeting. It will be before the meeting. But if you decide, I'll go around, I'll ask each of you your opinion. If you're going to suspend the rules tonight, that would take 6 votes. And 4 of you are agreeing to pass this resolution. I will change the agenda tonight to include it, to have it included during the meeting itself. Mr. Cronin?
Willing to suspend, willing to approve.
Mr. Francis?
The purpose of the resolution to reinstate our invocation to the agenda. Will this in any way buffer us from future challenges as far as prayer?
You never guaranteed a challenge.
I mean, we were challenged to remove the resolution putting in place that guards us as far as what our agenda contains. Because the invocation is not a public invocation. It's a
invocation
council.
for us.
Council has invited the invocation for us. So it sets us apart from the public coming in. We're asking local clergy to come in and invoke on us. This part of our agenda. So we're letting the public know, whoever it might be, that we set the agenda with this resolution for our invocation. Then that clarifies to the public that we invoke a invocation upon us.
And I'll make a public announcement that residents of this community who would like to have their pastor come, or the pastors can call the clerk's office, and if they would like to come and pray before council, we'll consider those people.
Right, and as you said in your letter, it's not invoking any law. Nobody's First Amendment rights are being infringed upon.
We can't tell them what to pray.
Right, we're not censoring, and their speech isn't being silenced. So, in any way tonight, the way this procedure's going, are Robert's rules violated. And does that have any force?
I would love to listen to that.
Well, in the form, in the vote. So where we do it and how we do it. I had to question that.
So I'm just saying, if you tell me what your feelings are before this committee,
Okay.
that will change.
Well, as the feeling goes, and I spoke to several others, I've been a preacher some time ago and stepped down. So in accepting this resolution, I'm not doing it for any single individual or one. And that's the hand of Providence to go back in our agenda where it belongs, so we can allow public clergy to come in and pray with us. And that's the sole purpose of accepting this resolution.
So are you going to suspend the rules and vote for it?
Yes.
Mrs. Bale?
Well, I did print off House Resolution number 13 today, which is a resolution that is adopted at the beginning of every 2-year session for the House. And it's within this that prayer is addressed. It is not a separate issue. And shall be in session. Rule 2, if I may, simply says the speaker or presiding officer shall take the chair every day precisely at the hour and so forth, that the House shall have adjourned and shall have taken a recess and shall immediately call the House to order thereafter. Prayer may be offered. The Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America shall be recited and a quorum shall be present. And then the House shall just proceed with the order of business for the day. It sets forth the prayer along with all the other
Right.
rules by which they will operate. It's not a separate issue. I really see no reason for a resolution. I think it should be simply put back onto the agenda. And you, Mr. President, are empowered by the way we are established in the municipality. It is your role to establish the agenda. It seems to me that you could simply put the invocation, and I call it an invocation rather than prayer. I think you could simply put it back on the agenda.
Well, I'm not willing to do that because we have advice of legal counsel. Now we have a separate advice, and I agree with this resolution. So if you want it back on the agenda, my question to you, are you willing to suspend the rules and pass a resolution, or do you not want prayer before council?
Well, I do want prayer before council, as I stated last time. I certainly do want an invocation. It's not, to me, it's an invocation when it precedes the meeting. And I just really feel that we should not have to pass a resolution. If that's the only means by which we can have an invocation in the meeting, then I will be supportive of it, but it's not because I want to.
Well, the
I
legislature passes a resolution.
really feel that the Constitution is very plain in saying that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. And when it is simply on our agenda, it is the free exercise thereof. And when you were given the legal advice, the second portion of that sentence after the comma was not respected, was not included. The only thing that was addressed was the fact that Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, and that's the basis on which that advice was given. So I really feel very strongly that we should not have to have a resolution. But as I say, if that's the only means by which we can have the invocation back on the agenda, and this is, I say this respectfully because you are our president, and I respect you in the office. But I am expressing my feelings.
Okay, so my question is, before I decide to put it back in the regular meeting, do you agree at least suspend the rules or not?
If that's the only way that we can have an invocation put back into the agenda, then I feel forced to do so. It is against my will, but I will.
I'm not asking you to do things against your will.
Well, it is, but if that's
The
the
Ohio House
only
and Ohio
means
Senate
by
both
which.
passed a resolution in their organizational meeting. Now, we should have done it in the organizational meeting, but that's after the fact.
We
From
still-
here on,
We could pass a resolution that sets forth all the criteria of our meeting, not just something that addresses prayer.
Mr. Fair?
Yes, sir. Oh, just a couple of things. First of all, in some regards, I agree with what Dan's is saying. I don't think we need a resolution to put prayer back where it was. We snapped our finger, it was done before council started, we snapped our finger, in my opinion, and bring it back on the council agenda without having to do this. A couple things I want to mention. I want the prayer invocation back on the agenda where it was before. But I don't want to be backed into a corner where I have to decide something that's against what I read, against what I believe in, number one. Number two, so let me ask you this, so if somebody isn't present to give an invocation, can somebody on council do that?
Yes.
Okay, fine, so that's a good thing. Rob, what do you think about this?
Mr. Smith has already provided a legal opinion to the council, and I would defer to that.
Fine, disagree. spot, seriously, I'm not. But what I'm also trying not to do is to have something, this is not a simple issue. Believe me, it's not a simple issue. But I'm not real sure about, having something that is in a resolution form that we've done for years and years and years, and it looks like we're going to bring it back. But then, it doesn't seem to me that we would have to have a legislative resolution, putting it back to where it always has been. And I have a problem with that. The other question that you asked was, would I vote to suspend the rules? Yes, but I don't think that's what it is.
I need 6 months to suspend the rules.
I understand.
That's what I need to know, so we can move forward. We're not correcting that. Janice?
Well, this is a very hard subject. I respect you very much, and I know the position you were in, and I felt very sorry for you. But I feel like Nancy and Don, and like we said before, we really didn't want to change and put a law, put anything in. But I understand where you're coming from, and so I will vote to suspend the rules for the vote, yes.
Susan?
I will definitely vote to suspend the rules, and I will vote for the resolution.
Yes, I plan on seconding the motion to suspend the rules. I plan on voting for the resolution for a few reasons. I also have a couple of questions, and I'll state my reasons. I would like to see, after the resolution is read, that if Mr. Barone, when he does his part to read the whole resolution, I think there's some very good information in all this writing that the public needs to know.
Yes.
I think it explains a lot of.
I thought,
Hang on,
Bruce said,
I'm just gonna, he'll explain. Bruce, you want a clarification?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I thought I read you were going to present.
I can't present the resolution. I'm going to ask.
Oh, you're going to ask Sam.
He agreed, and he said he's going to second.
And I believe,
But
Mr. Barone,
I can't make her.
this was your, you brought most of this forward to begin with, correct? Yeah, so I feel you should be the one to handle it. But I would appreciate it being read in full for the public, and I think there's some good information in that. Just for clarification, the suspension, if you don't get a 6-1 vote, basically delays it to a second reading, which just makes it go on further, correct?
Right.
So,
We go through July, because we only have one meeting in June.
and then to pass this resolution, it takes a 4-3 vote, or a majority of the vote by council, correct? All right. With that being said, with the court documentation that's on here, is one reason I am supporting this. I appreciate the work and input from all parties concerned. I know it's not an easy subject for anybody to handle head on, but I think everybody's learned a little more, listened a little more, and think they're gonna do what they think is best. I've looked into, this is the interesting part, I don't know how many of you looked in the city's website or Yellow Pages and counted the number of phone numbers listed for the different phase in both the city and Knox County. There's somewhere between 75 and over 100 phone numbers of the different phases. And one reason I support this legislation as it's written, it says that we need to contact all of them. And I hope we do by letter, that everybody we have a contact for, and ask them to come forward.
What
And
piece of legislation are you looking at?
the resolution 2012-31,
I don't think I read that they need to be contacted.
I believe the court documentation says that we need to invite all phase,
Well, if I may, Mike, intrude on your time, section 2 of the resolution does indicate that the president of city council will invite representatives of diverse religious communities. So it's going to be up to the president to determine the method.
That's
But
what I
I would
was
say
asking.
the court documents that have been provided to us by various associations and that I have seen in reading the Supreme Court rulings provide a lot of suggestions as to how the court's test can be
That's what I was
met. And what you said is one of them.
In the past, that's been done by Kiwanis. They refer local clergy to you.
This will be just clergy in the city of Mount Vernon, though,
That's
right?
up to the president of council, I believe.
Well, I'll make that decision, but like if let's say you have a person of Jewish faith, and from the community, who wants their rabbi to come and talk. And come-
That's how it will.
So that would be a possibility. As long as you have a resident of this community, if that's their faith.
Okay, so the church doesn't have to be in the city, you're saying?
But we're here for the residents, yes.
Okay, so I'm a resident of here, but I go to Columbus for some church. Then you're saying my
Yeah, if you're a resident.
resident.
I don't know how much that's going to happen,
Oh, okay.
but that would be an option.
And I think I read somewhere where we're offering, what, 2 minutes for a prayer, 2 or 3 minutes?
Well, that's what the Ohio legislature does. The rules of the Ohio legislature, they can specify how they want to do that. So they have a resolution saying how they want to do it. There's a 3 or 4 page document from an attorney here, this Emily Wendell or Wendell, that specifies how they do it. They do it by resolution, and they do it in organizational meetings. Now on, we can do it in organizational meetings, as part of the organizational process.
I'm glad to see it back on, if we can get it back on the agenda, I
So
appreciate
my
it.
question is, it sounds like we have enough to suspend the rules, do we have 4 votes we can have repaired tonight during the meeting? Yeah, sure.
I had it written down when I was around. So, Bruce, Sam, tell me, what's the difference in this resolution and not having the prayer put back the way it was? Where's the difference at? Why would we do this?
The resolution simply, I think, is more intentional, and that's a word that I use very intentionally. I think we need to be intentional in our decision to have prayer on our agenda. And that's all this resolution seeks to do, and to outline best practices, and to verify, and to explain to the public. And I will be more specific in a very brief statement explaining at the meeting, but to educate the community, as Mike indicated, as to exactly what is and what is not a legislative prayer.
So, basically, you're saying there isn't any difference. What would it be for?
I think there is a difference. I think one thing in particular, I think we're being more specific about our determination to have a more open process. We're not simply assigning this responsibility to a third party, in this case, the Kiwanis Club, which has done an outstanding job, but has not necessarily made an effort, because we frankly have not asked them to be as diverse as is our community in its religious beliefs, in their selection of ministers.
Have we had a problem with that before?
I don't think so. Well, obviously, I think there's been a perception that we have a problem, and that we have not had a very diverse selection of ministers. There's been a remarkable absence of diversity, actually, and that was documented to us in the complaint. So, everything that is in this resolution, I can say, has been drawn from either the controlled Supreme Court case that the resolution is based upon, or other lower court appellate cases that have worked their way through the system and have provided additional guidance. None of this is new ground. I didn't make any of this up.
No, I know.
This is all.
You've done a nice job doing all this. Let me ask you one other question, and that is, if the atheist shows up,
I'm sorry?
atheist
If the atheist shows up where?
here,
We won't have our prayer.
by whom? The atheist.
I'm sorry, do you mean if an atheist?
If you're saying, Sam, now I'm a simple person, so maybe I'm not being articulate enough, but if you could probably argue the fact that an atheist, even though they don't believe in a deity or a God or whatever, believes in something, is an atheist. So he or she will come and want to have time and give an atheistic whatever.
I think atheism by definition means absence of religion.
Right.
We are talking about religion.
I understand that, but the atheist still believes in something, correct? Would you give me that?
I'm sure they believe in quite a few things, but I don't think they have any religious views by definition.
But the letter that has caused all this problem was from an atheist. And the atheist said he wants to have 2 minutes of silence. He does
No,
not.
I believe the atheist indicated his preference was to have no prayer at all.
But then
He offered as an alternative a suggestion that the literature shows, court cases show, has been a compromise in other communities. They have either done, as we did 2 weeks ago, removed the invocation from the agenda altogether, rendering it a moot point, or they have resorted to a moment of silence. That has been practiced, is practiced in many communities. Or other communities have simply done as we propose to do, and that is to affirm our desire to have an invocation. This invocation is for our benefit. We make no assumptions, we make no presumption that we are trying to enforce any religion of any kind on our community. Therefore, we meet the standard of the Supreme Court that such an invocation may not proselytize.
Okay, but I still think the atheist that caused the whole problem in one letter is still, even though we make a resolution, he's still not going to be happy.
Of course not.
But he's included.
We're not trying to make everybody happy. We can never make everybody happy.
He's included in this under Morris versus Chambers, says the Supreme Court, the content of the prayer is not of concern to judges where there is no indication the prayer opportunity has been exploited or fossilized or advanced anyone, or to disparage any other faith or belief.
So someone
To
can't
not
make up
believe is
their own
unbelief.
religion. They can
Of course
come in
not.
here, okay.
Of course not.
Mr. President, I'll follow up with what Janice is saying. If in fact you have someone from a faith where there are graven images, and some faiths are worshiping graven images, that is just as offensive to me as our prayers or invocations are to those who have resigned. So what do we do about respecting that? There are several of us here who certainly will not participate in the invocation as it is given to a graven image.
No one is forced to
It's
participate.
pretty clear in the Constitution.
No.
I need to have I see 3 votes. Do I have a 4th vote so we can have prayer during council, regular
John
meeting?
indicated he was for.
John, you said that? Okay,
I'm not sure.
that's fine. I just didn't know if I had 4 votes, we could have prayer this evening, so during the council. This committee meeting is adjourned, and we will move prayer to the, I will change the agenda to move the prayer to the regular council meeting this evening, and we will reassemble at 7:30 for our regular meeting.
Thank you, Mr. President.